Good day, learners. Before we head off to our discussion, I just hope everyone is doing fine and please stay safe. May the current situation encourage you more to learn and always make time to study. So basically, our agenda for today is to discuss some topics to review and refresh our minds. And I am looking forward to help you for your upcoming entrance exams. I know most of us needs help, especially in English subject. Today, our main goal is to enhance ourselves to some important topics in English. We will be focusing on vocabulary, word analogy to be specific, and writing, including identifying errors, sentence completion or fill in the blanks, and paragraph arrangements. So with that, let's start. First, let's define word analogy. Analogy questions are often described as blank is to blank as blank is to blank. So for example, puppy is a dog as kitten is to blank. Okay, so that's how we read questions under word analogy. Now, let us try to answer this given example. First, to be able to answer or to determine the missing word or term to complete the analogy, first you have to identify the relationship of the first pair of words. For example, you may see that a puppy is a young dog. From there, you will be able to determine the missing word and you might say, a kitten is a young cat. Therefore, the answer is of course, cat. The key to solving an analogy question is to precisely describe the relationship between the pair of words and then apply the same relationship to determine which word completes the analogy. Most analogy questions rely on your ability to deduce or tell the correct relationship between words and to draw logical conclusions about the possible answer choices. Let's have another example. Sherpa is to Tibet as Maasai is to blank. You can probably guess the correct answer from the following choices, even if you do not know the exact meaning of the words in the question. Let's see. Sherpa is to Tibet. If you are not familiar with the first term, I assume that you are familiar with the second word. Now, from the given choices, okay, check out all the choices. A, mountain. B, bicycle. C, Kenya. D, desert. The answer is Kenya. Why? Okay, because Sherpa are people who live in Tibet and Maasai are people who live in Kenya. Even if you were unable to describe the relationship between the words because they are unfamiliar to you, you could probably see that Kenya is the only country offered as a choice. And as we all know, that Tibet is a country and it is the second half of the first pair. So you can tell that a country is necessary to complete the second pair. So there, again, first you have to determine the relationship of the first pair, okay, the two words from the first pair of words, determine the relationship, and then apply the same relationship to the next or to the next pair of words. To make it easier for you to see the relationship between words that are given in an analogy type of question, let me introduce to you several general types of relationships that can be found in analogy questions. First, the part to whole. In this type of question, a pair of words consist of a part and a whole where that part came from. For example, Nose is to face. A nose is a part of a whole face. Next, type and category. These questions use pairs of words in which one word is a specific type in a general category. For example, orange is to citrus. An orange is a type of a citrus. So, orange is a specific type of a citrus fruit, which is a general category. Next, degree of intensity. These questions test your ability to discern nuance of meaning among pairs of words. When we say nuance, these are a variety of meanings that are difficult or that are hard to notice. For example, shower is to monsoon. A shower is a light rainfall and a monsoon is a heavy rainfall. Shower having less intensity or less degree of intensity is paired with monsoon having more degree of intensity or a higher degree of intensity. Next is function. These questions pair words that are related through function. Okay, so from something, okay, paired with how it is used. For example, hammer is to build. Okay, as we all know, a hammer is used to build. Hammer is something paired with build, or how do we use that something. Next is manner. This type of analogy describes the manner or the way, the style by which an action is done. For example, shamble is to walk. Shamble is a manner of walking, or this means to walk in an awkward manner. So, shamble is a manner of walking. Next is symbol or representation. These questions pair words in which one word is the symbol of the other. For example, dove is to peace. Dove is a symbol of peace. Okay, like heart. Okay, heart is to love. We usually use heart shape to symbolize love. Next, action and significance. In this type of analogy, one word describes an action and the other word indicates the significance of the action or the importance of that action. For example, cry is to sorrow. To cry signifies sorrow. Okay, when we are in sorrow, what do we usually do? Of course, we cry. Analogy questions can also be used to test word knowledge and factual content. Word knowledge questions are generally, they are pairs of synonyms or pairs of antonyms. Okay, so words that have the same meaning or words that have opposite meanings. Okay. If you can still remember, you took a pre-test in English subject, and the first 10 items from that pre-test are under word analogy type of questions. Okay, now let's try to answer those items one by one. Number 1, the given is warm is to hot as blank is to hilarious. Let me remind you that you have to identify, first you have to identify the relationship of the first pair of words and then apply the same relationship to the next pair of words. What is the relationship of warm to hot? Warm is less intense to hot, right? Hot is mainit. And warm is it's just maligamgam. Yan, in Tagalog. Now, warm is less intense than hot. Now, apply the same relationship to the next pair of words. Then check out the given choices. From the choices, which word is less intense than hilarious? Some test takers will impulsively pick letter A, humid. Why? Because humid is related to the first word pair, warm and hot. But it is not part of the analogy of degree. So, eliminate letter A. Okay, what do you think is the answer? Okay, the right answer is letter D. Amusing is to hilarious. Based on the relationship of amusing being less intense than hilarious, having the same relationship, warm is to hot. Degree of intensity. Number 2, blank is to trail as grain is to grail. Again, you have to look at the first pair of words, given pair of words. Grain is to grail. Now, if you are not familiar with the given choices and the given words, look at the second word, okay, from the first pair, and then look at the second word from the second pair of words. Examine what do you think are the same with these two words. And then do the same thing with the first word from the first pair and to the first word from the second pair. And then check out all the given choices. Which among the choices has similarity to the given word? Okay, obviously the answer is letter A. Train is to trail as grain is to grail. Because train becomes trail when the N is replaced by an L, and same thing with grain. Grain becomes grail if you replace N with an L. Next, number 3. Particular is to fussy as blank is to subservient. Do not be so overwhelmed with the words if they are unfamiliar to you. Again, let's try to see the relationship between particular and fussy. Particular is synonymous to fussy. Okay, so that is the relationship. They have the same meaning. Now, look at the next pair of words, the blank to subservient. If particular is synonymous to fussy, that's the relationship. Apply the same relationship to the next pair of words. Among the choices, which one is synonymous to the term subservient? So the answer is letter A. Meek is a synonym for subservient. Number 4. Blank is to horse as board is to train. Again, look at the pair of words, given pair of words, board to train. To board means to get on a train. We get on a train when it's not yet moving. So to board means to get on a train that is not moving. Apply the same relationship to the other pair of words. Blank is to horse. What is the term that means to get on a horse? So the answer is letter D. Mount. Because to mount means to get on a horse. If you choose letter C, to ride, when we ride a horse, the horse is actually moving. But in the other pair of words, board means to get on a train that is not moving. We get on a horse when it is not yet moving. Okay, to ride means you're riding a moving horse. Okay, so don't be confused between the two words. The correct answer is letter D. Number 5. Tureen is to blank as goblet is to wine. A goblet is used to hold wine. Let us see the next pair of words. Tureen is to blank. If a goblet is used to hold wine, a tureen is used to hold what? Okay, do we use tureen to hold napkin, to hold soup, to hold spoon, or to hold pilsner? The answer is letter B. A tureen is used to hold soup.